Hey there, this is part 2. I needed to break it up into 2 parts because I had to go charge my phone. The struggle is real. I'm going to pick up where we left off, and I'm just going to open us back up and ask our angels, saints, ancestors, and spirit guides into our energy to provide divine guidance with messages for our highest and greatest good. So it is and so it will be. Goddess of psychic protection, what you believe you create, no one can harm you. All right, so to recap, we have God of conflict resolution. I feel like, there is this tie to kind of overcoming what someone's own limitations are about themselves and where they're at in life be projected onto you. I feel like you had to rise above this situation and choose you and your path and your divine guidance. I feel like you tapped into wisdom and knowledge that was embedded and has been unlocked. And so you're being asked to apply what you already know and for you to trust your intuition. And then I have everything is kind of unfolding as it was meant to, right? We have karmic relationships. We also have divine guidance. We also have soulmate energy, and we also have union. Okay, so an angel of union. So I feel like everything that was experienced was on purpose. So whatever conflict you experienced was in alignment for you. I feel like it was what really ignited you, set you on fire, purpose, passion, alignment, empowerment, sovereignty, all the things. And I feel like this is an accomplishment. And now you're aligned with beautiful energy, soulmate energy even, okay? A partnership is blessed and destined for greatness. All right, you are an angel of the universe, okay? These cards literally mirror each other. You are being encouraged to expand your thinking as the star energy here, the healer, the light worker, the empath, the clairvoyant, the clairaudient, all of those wonderful, unique things about you that you may have tried to hide your whole life. Not anymore. Those things are necessary, and you now understand this with this wisdom and knowledge, okay? It was all created and cultivated, curated even. You're the show, meaning all of the wonderful parts of you, you can now display, right? You now know that all of those things are custom made and special about you. And you don't have anything to hide anymore. In fact, you protect yourself, you protect others, you see things very clearly through the veil. You're very activated, you're very connected, and you have a lot of divine protection. You may be someone who shares how to do those things. Look at Goddess of Justice as well. So I feel like you have a strong sword of discernment here. I feel like, what seems as an injustice is actually a blessing in disguise. Maybe someone is now seeing this for themselves in their own situations. Maybe you've been through this process and now it's flip side now. This is clarifying justice, so I'm also getting there could be somebody that got caught up or is hung up or is in a timeout or needing to take a break from something as it relates to fairness and balance being restored. I do have this all clarifying the Emperor. So however that might be, could be just yeah. Okay. Interesting. So justice is playing out, and I'm getting this is what we were picking up about that, right? This is the justice. This is things kind of unraveling at the seams, and people not really being who you think they are, and there's this emotional imbalances going on, and having to leave difficult situations, and not feeling this is worth it anymore. So there's this desperation going on. I mean, I feel like there's There's an angel of pleasure here. So it's like, take pleasure in the things that you do. So it's kind of like, regardless of what's going in the background, do what you can to stay in the present moment and to be grateful and to have gratitude. Okay. I'm also getting like they may have gotten caught up as it relates to personal pleasures, like desires. I'm seeing like emotionally exchanging energy with others. So I feel like there could have been something that was maybe playing out here behind the scenes that someone is now being like, you know, there's some sort of like accountability here. But I feel like they're wanting you to kind of not let this bother or affect your experience here. Like this is happening behind your back, okay? Let go of desired outcomes and you will get what you want, okay? So, yeah. Goddess of nature, you reap what you sow. Someone's dreams have come to fruition. So take it how that might resonate depending on what side of the sword you're on. I feel like this energy here is reaping what they have sown, all right? And you as well, all right? And that's the law of nature. That's like, right? We have goddess of psychic protection coming out officially. We've seen it 3 times. So number 3 or 333 or 33 might be really relevant for you, all right? What you believe, you create, so no one can harm you. And so I'm getting like this was creating, like someone did a lot of creating, a lot of maybe even like, I don't know. I feel like somebody was maybe messing around with some things that they shouldn't have been messing around with. I feel like, you know, if they fear something, then they're going to have something to fear, right? So what you believe, you create. So someone is being held accountable for their creations. All right, angel of families. The angels surround both you and your family at this moment. I feel like you're being protected from whatever dark energy this is. All right, so your family, there could be 3 of you. There could be single family. I'm seeing that there's like this guarding, this like guiding light here. Okay, look at, this is clarifying all this. See the star card? See this card? Like they're similar. So I feel like you have like ancestors that protect you and your family. The angels. Let's get one more card here. Let's see. Goddess of the sacred path. Let go of logic and trust your intuition above all else. Anything else in your environment, you know that you can trust your intuition. Okay, I feel like it has allowed you to move on. So, and trust the process. Okay, let's see. And then we have goddess of the earth. Like, look at this grounding and ancestral coverage here. An idea connected to your imagination, creativity, and nature is coming your way. So it's kind of like an epiphany. All right. And I feel like God of spiritual healing, an aspect of you or a situation in your life is in need of healing. And that's kind of like why all of this transpired, is for the purpose of healing. And that's beautiful. And I feel like that might be what's happening on the other side of things as well. So with whoever you might have had dynamics with. Okay, so we're going to use another deck. All right, third party energy. I feel like they did a lot for the sake of financial blessings. All right, maybe that was their primary focus, was greed. Yeah, I feel like they also could have been involved with trying to affect your ability to receive intuitive messages, visions, thoughts, words, or maybe you use those abilities to know who, what, where, when, and how. Like you have spidey senses. Okay. Karma. They're dealing with karma as a result of trying to affect what you're meant to do here, right? Okay, goddess of psychic protection. Yeah. You have psychic protection over whatever they try to send your way. All right, let's get a couple messages here. Okay, they have a lack of morality and integrity. Okay, so you know exactly who you're dealing with, and you know that they're not worth dealing with. Okay, you don't align with them whatsoever. Okay, they're experiencing a backlash based on their intentions and their actions, and it could be presented in like physical ailments or spiritual ailments. So like an STD, like a sexually transmitted disease, or a spiritual disease. Okay. I feel like divine justice and universal laws playing out here. I have talked to your spirit guides and ancestors as well. All right. Thank you. I feel like karma is playing out here. Someone may have lost a job or gotten fired, let go. Someone might be like out on the street. I feel like there's something going on with some sort of relationships, even a marriage here. I feel like someone may have broken up a marriage and now finds themselves in the same situation. Okay, because it's clarifying you reap what you sow. And it says whatever their dream was a false dream. It was like a pipe dream. Okay. Yeah, I feel like there's so much lying, slandering, and spreading just rumors. I feel like there's a rumor mill. I feel like there was a lot of like spell casting too. All right, but I feel like now this is happening to them. Like they're now the topic of discussion. They're now the topic of gossip. Everyone's talking about what's going on with them. All right, so this is kind of like return to sender energy. Okay, look at Two of Cups. Look at this. I can't even look. Two of Cups in the reverse, this divine love in reverse, this marriage in reverse. I feel like topsy-turvy. I'm getting like topsy-turvy energy here. All right, so I feel like somebody is, I don't even know, I'm like messing up piles over here. Okay. Let's see. It's a challenge, I'm sure. Yeah, there is this energy that like is caught up, stuck, having to like go within, or some sort of time out, or some sort of time away, or, you know, maybe there's something that speaks to the fact of like a spiritual jail or physical prison. Yeah, an ego death even. Let go of your logic and trust your intuition. I feel like someone is going through the purification process, right? The spiritual awakening process. I feel like somebody is now seeing somebody else very clearly. All right, maybe there was all these illusions before, but now it's like the truth is being revealed. Like the ego death is like being cracked open, okay? And like anything that you've ever believed in before that you thought was like, oh yeah, for sure, like this, that, the other, yeah, no, like all that's shattered, okay? Kind of like this energy. It's very similar, like this energy here and here. It's like cracked wide open here, right? Everything's just kind of like whoosh, flowing. All right, so it can be brutal, all right? I feel like someone is trying to send or has been sending this negative energy. I feel like they lack integrity, and you don't have anything to do with any of this. I feel like they're experiencing legal issues at this time. All right, we do have earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This could resonate with somebody. It's clarifying, like, you know, maybe someone caught something from somebody. They might have been an earth sign. I don't know. I'm just reading the cards. Okay. Oops. Oof. Lots of fallen from grace over here. I feel like somebody's like addictions, codependency is getting the best of them, and they may be having to deal with picking up the pieces of their life. Okay, the card that came out is this. All right, addictions, alcohol, drugs, sex, gambling, and money. All right, see, codependency, King of Swords. This could be somebody who's either like speaking and helping this person or holding this person accountable. I'm getting like holding this person accountable. Then we have slandering, lies, defamation of character, being a hater. So, you know what I mean? Like, okay. They're experiencing God's wrath and judgment at this time. All right. And they very much could be going to physical or spiritual prison. Okay. There's that hanged man energy. Okay. So someone could very much have been like pulled over, DUI or something, like parking tickets, catching. I feel like someone's been caught. Okay. Yeah. Who's been caught? Yeah. This false masculine. Okay. They're going through an ego death. All right. Their ego has gotten the best of them and they have run amok. Run amok. All right. What else? You are worthy, I am statements. Regardless of what these people say or do, it doesn't matter. You've always been worthy, and this was a projection. I feel like now you've healed this wound, this abandonment wound, that's kind of at the root here of a lot of this for a lot of people. And you embraced your spiritual awakening and your ascension path. Okay? There is a false feminine and a false masculine here. They're working together. However, I feel like there's no love here. Okay. I'm getting water sign energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, receiving divine justice at this time. Doesn't have to be, this could just be emotions are running high. I do have that you are releasing karmic debt as it relates to this process and this healing, spiritual healing. An aspect of you or a situation in your life is in need of healing. And through this process, not only did you heal, but you also released karmic debt. All right, there could be a new home on the horizon, or people could be fighting over a home. But I feel like many of you are looking to have a fresh start, and that is a new home. New home represents like a fresh start. Okay, yeah. And there's also a soulmate on the way here. And I feel like this is also God's judgment. Okay. I feel like that's part of the balance being restored here, is that like you do get to be with somebody who is going to meet you where you're at. Okay. And not try to like destroy you. Okay. Air sign energy. I have karmic connection and a lesson here. Okay. I feel like the ego death is that someone's becoming aware that they've been in a karmic connection and cycle, and that they attracted this into their own reality because that is their energy. So they attracted somebody just like them. And I feel like the ego death process is what they're going through at this time. And some of these things are being realized. Okay. They now realize that they've been sleeping with the enemy this entire time. All right, maybe they didn't see that person as an enemy, okay, but I feel like now they do. They're realizing like all of the addictions, all the lies, all the haterade, right? I feel like, again, like I feel somebody was really, you know, doing the most here. And then here's all the illusions. I feel like, again, like psychic protection is clarifying this. So I'm saying like there was a lot done. Okay. So, and I'm getting it's like by this. All right. So again, like you understood the assignment, and once God illuminated this to you, you tuned in and realized that, hey, you were sleeping with the enemy. All right. And that you attracted this person into your reality for the sake of healing. And so it's kind of like an interesting dynamic, because now you're seeing all the puzzle pieces fit. Okay. Yeah. Everything's coming to light now. There's exposure with this. Okay. There's exposure with this. I'm getting there's evidence. There's proof. There's proof of what somebody did and how they've been doing. Like there's this, like, again, like authority here. Like, oh yeah, you can't lie. I know all. There's like this I know all energy. All right. I feel like somebody may receive something that they need to review carefully before signing, or someone needed to review something and more carefully than they did at the time. There's some sort of like black sheep outcast now. Maybe this water sign energy, as it relates to like divine justice and universal law, finds themselves now as the outcast and the black sheep, whereas they may have put you in that position before. Someone was working with others to come against you. I'm getting like they didn't realize how strong your camp truly is. And it's like it took many to come against you and try to take you out, and they failed. All right, false feminine, low vibrational energy. She was, you know, the ringleader. Look at past loved ones visit you while you sleep. Yep, you think you're camp, man. You think you're camp. I feel like your spiritual gifts, your abilities, your intuition, your dreams, your visions, like these guide you, and you connect with spirit and your ancestors. So you're very gifted. Okay, so you know the opposition is going to try to send in whoever, however, to try to break you from having this connection. All right, it's your responsibility to continue to foster this connection. Okay, someone could be trying to connect with you energetically, but I feel like you have that psychic protection, so you're not concerned. Okay, I'm also getting that. Maybe their situation doesn't allow them to kind of interact with you, so maybe they're trying to do it energetically is kind of what I'm getting. So it's important that you spend time in nature and ground and connect with your spiritual team. Okay, you are a light worker, healer, and an empath here. All right, your soulmate is on the way. Okay, 2 cards came out together, and I have false feminine, low vibrational energy, and they have manifested the life that they desire, being in the energy that they're in. So they're manifesting from a low vibration, where you're manifesting from a higher vibration. And I feel like they now realize that they manifested who they are. It's like the mirroring energy, right? And it's for healing. So these two can actually see themselves in one another now. I feel like that's part of the process here. Look, they're both clarifying each other. So they're mirrors of one another. So we have, this could be like false twins, or maybe they said that they were twin flames or soulmates, but they're actually false. This energy was sent in to like distract and derail. I have false masculine low vibe, false feminine low vibe. So, you know, it's not gender specific. Okay, it's the energy here. All right, I feel some of you that have been manifesting the life that you desire. You know, there's a new job or position coming in, and also a new home. Okay. So if you've been working on that, continue to put your energy towards that. Possible unexpected income as well. So I feel like maybe there's like cool opportunities coming your way. You're going to need to use your discernment and make sure you read the fine print. Maybe have someone else review it before you sign it, especially if it's like a contract of some kind. All right, whether it's unexpected income, new job or career, or new house, make sure that you read the fine print. Make sure you understand the energy exchange, okay? So what that is bringing up for me is like, if you're looking to work for a new employer, you want to like do your research on that employer to see if you energetically align with their business, their culture, their intentions, like how they handle themselves professionally. See if you can talk to a few people that might work there to kind of get the vibe. I feel like, you know, you do have to, with your energy being, you know, this, you do need to be careful and make sure that you align with things before accepting them and agreeing to them. Okay, I did get the fake wearing a mask is in reverse. I feel like they went above and beyond to convince everybody that you were fake, but they're the one that is appearing fake, and they're the one that everyone is seeing as wearing a mask and pretending to be something that they're not. Like, everybody is seeing clearly now who this person is. Okay, so it's kind of like you took yourself out of the situation and let people do what they wanted to do, and as a result of that, like, they are showing themselves like really clearly. Everybody's seeing everybody for who they truly are now, and you didn't have to do anything, right? All you had to do is remove yourself, right? You removed yourself. Relocation and physical move for some of you. Okay, this energy is a player, and they were entertaining others, and they are still doing this. Like, no matter what dynamic they're in, they're always triangulating in some way, shape, or form. So they could always like have two best friends, right? And there's that triangulation. It could be two siblings. It could be two sisters. It could be, you know, loving dynamics, like love triangle type stuff. I feel like there's a need to always have multiple resources or sources around to pull from. So I feel like this is what's going on here, is that like this is codependency, this is inner childhood wounds, this is like treating people as if they're something that you buy. Like, there's just like, I don't know, I feel like this is a lot of like drama. Someone likes drama because it makes them feel good. Okay, so they either create the drama, or they're the drama, or they surround themselves with people who are very dramatic, okay? So that they feel important, so that people come to them, so that they seem like the stable, secure one, but in fact, like behind the scenes, they're like instigating all the drama. And then they wait to like be the victim of the drama. So I feel like, you know, you understand that this is not your mess. And it's not yours to solve, heal, or fix. The advice here is to let go of that past pain, anger, bitterness, and resentment. I feel like that's the advice even for this energy, is to like, you know, what's the purpose of all this? Like, you know, what have you gained so far? Like, at some point you have to like cut bait. All right, someone is most definitely sleeping with the enemy. All right, so at some point, like, wake the fuck up. Wake up. Sorry, but wake up. Divine Feminine, high Empress, high vibrational Empress energy. Like, either you woke up, or they need to wake up, or someone needs to wake up. All right. I feel like there's illegal issues. There's, you know, there's accountability here, whether someone likes it or not. I feel like they went after someone who they probably shouldn't have gone after the way they did, but I feel like everything has a purpose in it, and I feel like this is what's playing out here. Okay, there is a toxic workspace, okay, where maybe somebody, you know, did the most. I feel like you're being asked to take a spiritual bath and cleanse your energy. I feel like it's because of this karmic couple here that continues to project their energy outwardly. They're not going within and dealing with it, so it's just like exuding, like it's like having like diarrhea. I feel like someone I'm sorry, I'm just saying what it's coming to my mind. Fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. So this energy could be a fire sign, or be really heavy in the ego and passion. That might be why, like, you might need to cleanse your space and your spiritual energy, because they could be doing something from a place of passion and projecting it. You know, let them watch. Let them watch, let them troll, let them pretend to be like, you know, whoever they want to be. They're just creating more karma for themselves. I feel like they so want to be, but can't be. All right. Heavy wannabe energy. All right. Your ancestors are helping you. Like, you're here for like bigger reasons. And so you're not going to engage in any of this. And so you're just going to let it be, because they're choosing this for themselves. And I feel like, you know, you're in alignment with a divine mission, something that you're standing up for, a cause, a belief, and, you know, you're divinely protected in this situation. And you will continue to, you have like an agreement here. Look, all right, there's an agreement here that you're meant to accomplish here. So I feel like you have other things that you are being called to focus on. And I feel like this is a distraction, okay? This is a distraction. So it's not your distraction, okay? So just like, it's not for you, all right? That's been clear. I feel like this has been cleared because it's not for you, okay? Like, whatever it was, you gleamed what you needed to glean from it. And I'm getting like a glimmer, like this, you know, it may have been really painful and yucky, but there's a glimmer, there's a blessing. And I feel like you now realize that like you roll deep. You roll deep. I feel like, yeah, you roll deep. Like, come on now. If you have Archangel Michael, like, you roll deep. All right. And you're here to help guide others on this path. Okay. It's through your own experiences. That's how we learn. That's how we share. That's how we connect. So share what you know, share your experiences, tell your story, be there to support others who are open to be in your energy and in alignment, and leave those who don't. Leave those who need to still work it out for themselves. Okay. You're not here to force anybody, right, into believing anything. That is for them to discover and figure out for themselves. And you continue to move forward. Okay. You're supported. Okay. You are loved. You are enough. Your ancestors are helping you. Whatever needs to come to light is coming, whether they like it or not. They have no control over any of it. Okay. I'm getting like, at the end of the day, you're better off. Okay. This rejection 100% was protection, and things are being brought and restored back to balance. Okay. Beautiful. I love that. Let me just kind of see if there's any messages as I'm touching some of these, because sometimes that happens. All right. I feel like, again, like balance is being restored. All right. Opposites coming into balance as well. I mean, how many times can you have, you know, a collaboration of feminine and masculine energy coming together as one? I mean, that really is what this is all about. Okay. Unity, oneness, right? Beautiful. Love it. I feel like you're choosing your battles, and you're choosing not to fight this one because it's not worth your fight, right? You surrendered this. You sacrificed this person to the divine. All right. You're letting God handle it. All right. Let God handle it, because that's what's playing out here. Divine justice. All right, y'all. I hope you have the most amazing day. I love you. And check out the website. We have some events coming up. And I'm working on some other projects behind the scenes. And when they're ready, I will tell you. So excited. See you guys soon. Love you. Bye.